So I think the RAF, as we move towards the latter half of this decade, are deployed in large numbers of places around the world with a lot of potential contingencies they have to address. And at the same time, in spite of the force structure expansion, which has been promised in SDSR 2015, it's facing a bottleneck in terms of modernisation funds, pilot numbers, analyst numbers for the amount of data and intelligence that it has to gather and process. And of course the political ambition for its use, particularly after Brexit and with a more transactional US administration, remains high. So the question is, with no more money, at least beyond the kind of 0.5% real term growth that's been promised, a lot of which will be eaten up anyway to fill a hole. How does the RAF square that national ambition with the real kind of constraints that it faces in terms of numbers, people and equipment? So a good example, is the E-3D fleet, which obviously is a key part of any RAF operation, involving particularly when they involve lots of different partners, as well as when they involve other parties that we need to keep close track of and potentially communication with that aren't as cooperative as we might like, Russia and the Syrian Air Force in Syria being a good example. The E-3D fleet obviously heavily deployed, but due to the efficiency savings and difficult kind of investment decisions that the MOD has had to make over the past decade and a half, it has not received the midlife upgrade and the sort of level of investment that we've seen in the US and French E3 fleets, to the point where we now have a really quite serious obsolescence and reliability problem. So a question there would be, do we try and continue chucking money at that to redress the situation, bring it back by 2023 to where it should be now? Or does the RAF have to bite the bullet and say, actually, we need a new solution now, especially given the geopolitical instability that we see around the world and the rapid pace of technology?